If you're an overseas Filipino worker or any foreigner that's moving to the Philippines, I've got a tip for you today that I think you'll find useful. If you've ever used a website like Amazon or eBay from the West and fallen in love with those platforms but don't know how to use them here in the Philippines, then I'm going to show you how we do it. I know we have Lazada, we have Shopee, but sometimes you just want to get something from your old life, or if you've lived abroad, you know that there are certain things you just can't get here in the Philippines. And shipping them out here is always a hassle because you've got customs problems, logistical problems, especially if you live on an island like this. But we figured out a way to do it, and we've been using this same company now for 4 years, and we wanted to share their little service with you today because we think it'll be useful for any new people who are thinking of coming here. We're always getting questions from people about how it is to live here, what's it like, what's the lifestyle like, is it the same or better than living in the West? And I thought this would definitely be one of those things that everyone's going to need that is used to a certain type of lifestyle from a different country that's trying to bring some of that balance over here. The website and the app in question is called shippingcart.com. They are a service that we found just randomly on Google when we were trying to get Balikbayan boxes sent over from the UK. So most Filipinos will know what a Balikbayan box is, and Shipping Cart is basically like an e-commerce version of that. You can buy things from Japan, Korea, USA, England, Australia, and consolidate them all into boxes and have them shipped out here to the Philippines. Here on Siargao, they use the LBC shipping partner, and it always comes door to door, customs paid, taxes paid, so you don't have to worry about a thing. It is probably one of the most streamlined services we've used out here, and many people who have lived in the Philippines for years actually have asked us this question, and I've recommended this to them too. So what happens is you buy stuff, let's say from Amazon or eBay, you have them shipped to a warehouse in, let's say in our case, the UK. They send pictures of all of the items that you want sent. They give you a price, they give you an insurance option. You see a full roundup of the cost. And then at that point, you can choose whether you want to send the items via air or via sea. Most of the time we use air shipping. And within about 2.5 weeks, those items are delivered to our door here, completely safe. Never had any problems with them, and I do highly recommend this service to anybody who's thinking about bringing stuff over from the West or even from the East like Japan and Korea. What's good about this is that you can go on, like, let's say a Korean website, you can send things to a Korean warehouse and have it shipped here to the Philippines as if you lived in Korea. Or if you want to shop for stuff that's only available in Japan, you can do the same thing. And one of the major ones that we've used a lot is shopping in the USA, because there are definitely things in the US that we can't get anywhere else in the world. Even though we're not American, we can have things consolidated there and shipped over for the lowest possible prices, and it's all insured as well, so if anything goes wrong, you do get your money back. One of the most difficult items to get shipped to the Philippines are e-bikes, things with big lithium-ion batteries in, and Shipping Cart is the only website that will do that service for you. You can't send them by air, you have to send them by sea as a special item, but I tried everything. I went on all the different services looking for a way to ship a bike with a battery in it, and I wasn't having any luck whatsoever. But Shipping Cart said they would do it, and they're going to be sending our hay bikes out to us, our beautiful UK e-bikes that we are really looking forward to using out here on the island. The reason why I wanted to make this video specifically because of this, I know we've been using the service for a while, but because we really struggled to get the e-bikes there, and this was the only service that did it, I thought it's time to give this recommendation, because I know there are other people who have moved from abroad that want to do their retirement sports out here. Maybe they want to ride an e-bike that they've got from Australia or from the UK or from the US, and Shipping Cart allows you to do that. I'm going to share the links for it down below because I think it is a very useful service, and hopefully you guys will use it too. So continuing on with our lifestyle in the Philippines theme here, we are at the new Siargao town centre today. Sasha is thinking about getting her hair cut at a professional salon. These kind of things didn't used to exist here, and now they're popping up left, right and centre. It's a bit of a noisy area, full of life, and it is a complete contrast to when we first arrived on the island. You can really see how the small kind of island lifestyle has moved up a step, and it hasn't taken away from the beauty of island living either. It certainly does make life easier living here, having these options. Like the National Bookstore is a massive thing for stationery and for story schoolwork. You can get artisan gelato, really good coffee. Actually, Story is in the National Bookstore right now getting some supplies and some new books because she needs to upgrade her book selection. She's finished all of her big books. And we haven't shown this yet, but the Bench Store, which is one of our favourite chains here in the Philippines, has opened a branch here on Siargao. We've been up there to buy some clothes lately, and also they have a bench fix, which is where you get your hair cut done. Sasha will be checking that out later. When we first got here, we pretty much had to get everything shipped from Amazon, and then we had Lazada, which is like Asia's version of Amazon. It's not as good, but it does have stuff. And now we've got a lot of stuff we can actually buy on island as well, which is great. I'm gonna go up to the National Bookstore now to see if they're done shopping. It does feel like an upgrade. These kind of stores here have really upped the lifestyle here on the island. Thought I would find Story in the book section, but I think they've already left the store. So let's check the hairdresser past the new bench store. Could be in any kind of mall in the city nowadays. It's pretty amazing that we've got this here now. No, I didn't see the messages. Well, that was quick. Having a haircut already. How much are you having cut off, Sash?
8 inches.
8 inches?
Yeah.
Did you measure it out?
Yeah, good old trim.
When was the last time you had your hair cut?
In a proper salon, like 2 years ago.
2 years, yeah, it's been a while, hasn't it? This is the fixed bench salon, sitting in a rotating chair. It's quite big, goes all the way down here. Here are the services and the price list. If you want to pause that, you can see what kind of treatments you can get done here. And then behind the counter, they've got all these things too. Different kinds of hold, a grooming stick, loads of high-end products. With one's hair.
Wow. Yeah.
We're back in the bookstore and Story is choosing something to read. What's on your mind?
I'm thinking of getting one of these famous Wimpy Kid and one of these.
You're still sitting in the Cave of Stars?
Yeah.
Which age range are we in right now?
Teenager.
Yeah, we're in the teen section, which is there.
It's teenager books for some reason. I read a lot of teenager books, and David Williams is actually a teenage book.
Yeah, it's true. You finished through your David Williams now, haven't you?
Yeah.
So they don't actually have a section for your age, do they?
Have you seen that this book is backwards?
Yeah, strange.
You have to read letters. Da, da, da.
They read from right to left. They don't read from left to right. So they've got a section for newborns to 3, 4 to 6, but no 7 to 10. So stories in the 10 to 12 and teen section. But a shop like this didn't exist just a year ago, and we'd have to get all this stuff online from Manila. So the lifestyle of living on this island is definitely upgrading. There was also a time in the early days here on the island when we'd have to order a lot of stuff from England, especially Story's workbooks, but they've got a whole workbook section here too as well, so it's definitely supplemented our educational homeschooling supply.
Wow.
Oh, look at this superstar. Wow, that's a really good haircut.
It's nice, isn't it?
They've done a fantastic job, haven't
Yeah, it feels lovely.
they? See
I'm
the
going to
back.
be touching it all day now.
See, it still looks nice and long, doesn't it, Story?
Yeah.
You were worried, weren't you?
Yeah.
She didn't want me to have it cut off because every time I just joke and say I'm going to have it all cut off because it's so hot.
It looks really,
Feel
really
nice.
good, doesn't it?
You can stroke my hair.
It kind of looks like you've had your hair coloured as well.
I know,
I guess because of
they
the
do
new...
such a good wash and the blow dry.
And
I think it just brings out all the colour and it
Yeah.
just feels so clean and lovely.
Looks really good.
Thank you.
Very nice. Purchase is complete. Managed to get 3 books, one of them was on sale. Doing some more construction over here, so more lifestyle changes coming. These kind of developments on the island are things that you need if you're going to live long term. This is something that we've discussed a lot. You really do need options like this. Beautiful sunny day. Incredible day. Story wants to get some ice cream and also some garlic rice, and we want to get some coffee. Heading to one of our favourite coffee shops, Whitebeard. Highly recommended if you're coming to the island, if you're a coffee lover. Just finished up devouring a delicious artisan gelato at Halika, the new branch. It's very pretty in there. And again, raising the standard of the island, raising the standard of living around here. We've seen so many changes, we've gone through so many things here. Having our stuff sent out in Balikbayan boxes ages ago feels like forever. And I have to admit, like, the lifestyle between East and West is getting closer together. It is good to know that with online shopping being what it is here in the Philippines, and what we can't get, we can get through shipping cart with the Amazon and eBay shipping, it really does make things a lot more sustainable lifestyle wise. I think that's the thing that most people who move abroad don't really factor in. There are plenty of videos out there of people like living in very basic structures and everything, and it's nice for a while, but there are points when, especially if you've been raised and born and lived in the West at any point in your life, whether you're Filipino or foreigner, it is nice to be able to have access to these different levels of service. And that's why I think life in the Philippines, the lifestyle in particular, is becoming a little bit more long-term sustainable for people who want to stay here and make a life here. I think it is worth mentioning as well, I know that I'm talking from a foreigner's perspective, but there are many Filipino guys out there. I know you watch this channel, and if you've lived in the West for any period of time in your life, you'll know the things that are available there that in the past weren't available here. And we've seen many emails and comments, and we've spoken to people who have come back to the island or come back to the Philippines, even near the cities, and there's certain things that weren't quite the same that you become accustomed to when you travel around a bit. So it's not a race thing, it's more about having seen what's available globally. There are things that we wanted to get away from in the West that you had to sacrifice before, like having an infrastructure also came with a lot of regulation and some things that didn't make you feel very free. And then you come here and you have lots of freedom, but then no regulation, and then you would have, as a result of that, not as many good things. So because it's getting closer together, we're at a good balance point now where life in the Philippines can feel almost as luxurious as it is in some of the Western countries, but at the same time we've still got that beautiful, freeing, liberating essence of being here in the Philippines in this exotic place. This super harness that Poppy's got on, that's something that we had to get from the UK in the end, because she ripped her way through all the ones that we managed to get on the island in the early days. We had that shipped out with shipping cart, and it is high quality. And I'm super excited for our e-bikes to get here. Like I said before, it is one of the only ways you can get an e-bike from Europe or US shipped out to the Philippines. And there are e-bikes available here in the Philippines, but not like this one. So it's going to be unique, it's going to be very cool. And I've got a few Filipino friends out here that have questioned, oh, how do I get these parts from the US? Or how do I get these parts from the UK or from Japan? This is the way that we do it. It's worked for us really well. But I love the way that you can just consolidate all your items into one box from a website like Amazon or eBay in particular, because eBay is special, you know, being able to shop on an auction for vintage parts that you just cannot get unless you were buying it secondhand, pre-loved. That is a website that I really miss from the West. We're going to really be making use of these e-bikes when they arrive. It takes a little bit of time because you have to ship it by sea, but at least there's an option to do it. Lithium batteries and postage just do not go hand in hand when it comes to global logistics. I just found this really cool shell on the beach. It's a bit broken, but look at the inside of that. Very interesting. And I'm going to end the video for today with this beautiful scene out here on the beach. And the shout out goes to David Zapf. Huge thank you to David for becoming a member of our channel. I can see that you've joined the weekend vlog tier, which means that you'll be able to see the exclusive weekend vlog we put up every Sunday, which is a bit more of a raw behind the scenes of what's going on in daily life. And we will see you in the next video. Bye.